Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. Today we're talking about nutrition, and this is like a huge topic and everyone has different opinions on it. So we've been digging into some literature and some science-based studies, and this is what we found, and we will talk about it today. So we will cover the resting metabolic rate, so you know exactly how much you need to eat, how many calories, and we'll also get into macronutrients, and also so you know how many carbs do I need to eat, how many protein do I need, and how much fat. And also we will get into some diet stuff like so we're on a whole food plant-based diet, so we'll get into why a whole food plant-based diet is so beneficial for every human on this planet.
So let's jump right into the science-based stuff behind like nutrition, macronutrition, and how much calories you actually need per day. So we want to start off with a resting metabolic rate. So the science says for a formula for men and for women, and so I just calculate my resting metabolic rate now, so you get a brief idea how much calories I burn or I need if I only rest. So if I only lay in bed and do nothing at all. To begin with, we fill out our weight, what we have. Mine is 80 kilos right now. Our height, so my height is 1 meter and 75 centimeters, and my age is 25. So let's just calculate that. 1,876 calories are my resting calories if I do nothing at all during the day. So the next thing we will consider is the thermic effect of activity. So the thermic effect of activity, they are factors which we multiply to this RMR. So the factors go up from 1 to 2. So for example, 1 would be the RMR, and 1.2 would be a desk-bound worker. 2 would be like a personal trainer who is always on his feet and does work out once a day, and that would be a 2. So for my RMR, I multiply this with 2 to get my thermic effect of activity in my calorie intake. I calculated 3,743 calories, which I do need to stay as I am, not to gain weight or not to lose weight. So this number I always have to hit if my days are the same. So the last thing we want to consider with our caloric intake per day is the thermic effect of food. So a good average is 10%. What is thermic effect of food? So easy conclusion for you. We lose some calories while we digest our food. So this 10% we should subtract from this number here. We lose 374 calories with digestion. So we subtract 374 calories with 3,734 calories, and we calculate 3,360 calories. So if I have a less productive day, if I was sitting a lot or working a lot on my laptop, then I would multiply it with 1.5 or 1.6, because I do work out every day usually. So I would take this factor and not the factor 2. So always keep in mind that this is not the calories you have to eat every day. Every day is different.
So as we said, this is like our number we need to eat, and we should focus on that number and that much, you should actually get to know your body really well and know what foods are good for you and feels like for you. But if you have a specific goal and you want to achieve that goal, it is really important to actually, a physical goal or a performance goal, it is actually really important to know the number of calories you should eat, the macros you should eat, like protein, carbs, and fats. So saying this is like, if you changing your physique, for example, if you want to build muscles or you want to lose fat, then you will have to change the number of calories that you're eating. Like the energy input has to be different. So let's say 3,400 is the calories that I'm consuming, which I'm not, but let's just say this is the number I'm eating, and then I'll just stay the way I am, eating this amount of food with this amount of energy. So let's say I would want to build more muscle, then I would have to up the number a little bit, say like 400 calories plus, so that I have a calorie surplus in order to gain weight or in order to gain muscle mass. So in order to lose weight or in order to lose fat, I would have to eat less, so be in a calorie deficit. So that would be in minus, like say 3,400, and then I could go, if I'm really crazy, I could go down like 800 calories. So I've been talking a lot about calorie deficits and calorie surpluses, and I just want to make something sure so you do get it right. Say I've measured the amount of food or the amount of energy I need to eat, and that's like 3,000 calories. So that would be my goal. But I only eat 2,500 calories or 2,300. So this is the goal. And 2,000 calories is my current state. Okay? So would it be wise, and say I'm a little bit overweight and I want to lose weight, would it be wise to actually go even lower in calories from a health perspective? So obviously, no. This is a big no, okay? Just keep it in mind. So I want to lose weight, or I want to lose my fat because I'm a little bit overweight and I'm already eating only 2,000 calories. So what I would suggest and I would recommend is try and get your metabolism up. And try and reach those 3,000 calories, okay? We want to try and reach that without gaining any more weight. So doing that would actually, this takes a lot of effort, a lot of discipline, but you can get there, and then when you're there, you can actually start a diet. And it will look like this. So you go up 100 calories every 10 to 14 days, and you have to track your food, every single item you eat. Don't fool yourself, stay true to yourself, and then just track everything. We use MyFitnessPal. Write that down. MyFitnessPal. It doesn't cost anything. You can just track your food there, and it also gives you an overview on your macros, so your protein, carbs, and fats, and also a little bit of micronutrients. So doing that, so you do that with 100 calories every 10 to 14 days. Make sure you don't gain any weight during that time. And when you feel like, okay, I haven't gained any weight, I'm feeling good, go up another 100 calories. And this is the way you're working yourself up to 3,000 calories, or to the desired amount of food that you should actually eat.
So as Leslie mentioned before, it's very important to boost your metabolism before going into any kind of shred diet. And if you want to build up muscle, it's very important that you're consistently eating in a caloric surplus. So to sum that up for you guys. So we're going into macronutrients now. Obviously there are carbs, proteins and fats. And talk about quickly what's really important here. We don't need saturated fats. We don't need them. We don't need trans fats. They're very bad for us. So what we really need is unsaturated fats, natural fats from nuts, seeds, and avocados, for example. And proteins, we don't use animal proteins. There are a lot of studies out there and some really good books like How Not to Die from Dr. Michael Greger, or the 80-10-10 diet from Dr. Douglas Graham, or the China study from Dr. Campbell. A lot of valid studies out there that says animal proteins aren't good for you and cause cancer and a lot of other diseases. So we stick to plant-based diet and plant-based proteins. Carbs, we want to use simple and complex carbs. Simple carbs mostly found in vegetables and in fruits. And complex carbs mostly found in whole grains like lentils, brown rice, etc. So yeah, what we want to do with the balance of the macronutrients is we want to make sure to have 60 to 80% of our total caloric income from the carbs. Proteins, we want to hit 10 to 20%, and fats as well, 10 to 20%. Depends on your goals and your things you want to achieve. Yeah, so very simple. People often get confused, like, oh, with this 40-40-20 low carb, high fat diets, and they get really confused on how to track it with the app or something. So with a whole food plant-based diet, it's so simple to hit your macros, like shown to you here, because they're not processed, nothing is industrial, everything is whole food, and you can't get any better than that because you eat whole foods, mostly vegetables, fruits, whole grains, nuts and seeds, no processed foods, and you will hit these numbers so easily and you will feel so good. So to get me right, it's not bad to count your macros. I really recommend it to you if you're starting to track your calories and your macronutrients and your nutrition in the beginning. But you will notice if you are into a whole food plant-based diet into a few weeks, you will notice that you don't have to count your macros anymore, because you will hit those numbers anyway so easy, because there are no processed food and no industrial foods. If you want to know more about whole food plant-based diets, we really recommend you this book, How Not to Die, from Michael Greger. We really recommend you What the Health, the movie. Another movie which is very good is Food Choices, for example. Cowspiracy, very good movie if you know it. And the books I talked about in the video will be in the description below, and the movies as well, so you can watch them anytime you want.
So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on mobility, calisthenics and strength tutorials. And if you want even more information, just visit our website. The link will be in the description below.